This is a chain of beads, and this is glass. Now, if I was to drop the chain of beads, what will happen? It will fall. Yes, that's right. It'll fall because of gravity. But watch this. This side goes up. Why? Because of gravity. Wait a minute. Why does one side go up because of gravity? Well, it gets a little complicated, but I can explain. But I think I'll have to put the beads back in the glass. Okay, so what's going on? Well, when this part of the chain starts falling out, it gets longer and longer, and it has more mass than this side of the chain. And if it has more mass, then it has more inertia. And when it starts yanking out very hard, this side of the chain gets yanked up out of the glass very quickly. When it gets yanked up hard, it flies into the air. But then, of course, the direction has to change, so it goes around a curve and then goes back down. Because of the speed that it's going, that curve starts lifting up over the top of the glass. And that's how it works. There's a big difference in energy because this chain falls far. I try it from here, and it doesn't work as well. Why? Because the drop from here to here isn't as big. You want lots of force acting on the falling chain, which means the higher you do it from, the better it works. So maybe we should max it out. Yeah. Wait, we should wait for it to stop. And now let's max it out. This is a really long chain, and this is a really long drop. Let's see what happens. Whoa! Look at that! Whoa! Super maxed out! Science!
Max Historica.
This is Archimedes.
What? Who said that?
It's me, the narrator. We're doing a segment.
Oh, well, I was working. Don't sneak up on a guy like that.
This is Archimedes, an ancient inventor and one of the greatest scientific minds ever.
Oh.
One of his famous inventions was the Archimedes screw, which was used to make holes in wood.
No, that's not what it's for. It's for water.
Right, used to make holes in water.
What? No! Look, did you even do your homework?
Hold on. It's here somewhere.
Look, I'll just show you. You see, in ancient times, we had many uses for something that could lift water up. From a well, or to take lake water from the lake and put it into a farmer's field, and that sort of thing.
Okay, I've got it from here. So, Archimedes invented a screw, and he drilled a hole in the side of that container.
No. Look, just sit down. I'll explain it, okay?
I am sitting. I'm in a voiceover booth.
Good for you. Now be quiet. Now look. What you do is you put the screw in the water like this, and then you want to raise the water higher, you see? And so turn it around like so, and the water fills each gap in the screw, and it starts to come up. It gets to the top, and look at this. Look, we've got water coming at the top there. The water is being pumped up. It is the first water pump.
I see. Still seems like a lot of work to fill a glass, but it's very cute.
No, we made them bigger. We obviously were not going to make them this big. This is not very useful.
Right. Archimedes, one of the greatest scientific minds ever.
One of the ways you can experience the power of water is watching it wash away dirt. You can experiment with this yourself by making your own erosion table.
To make your own, fill a plastic tub with sand and tilt it up. Cut a hole in the tub at the low end and put a hose with a trickle of water at the high end. Then to complete your model, fill it with
a little happy town.
This small model shows how rivers cut their course to the ocean by following the lowest point. Try to design your town and the layout of the ground so the river goes around the buildings.
I'll see you later. I'm gonna take a swim in the river now.
There are lots of ways to experiment. Change the amount of water, or the steepness of the angle,
Look at the soil, it's all getting eroded over here.
or the way the town is laid out.
Every time you do it, the river goes in a different direction.
And have fun.
Oh, phew, I'm tired. I'm just gonna lie down.
And that is the power of water.
Silita and I are maxing out our spinning top. Based on our small version, we decided to make one with as much mass as possible. So we got a 20-kilogram weight and welded it to a metal shaft. Will this work the same way? Well, let's look at the science. Why does a top spin? Well, let's start with Newton's first law, which is an object at rest tends to stay at rest, an object in motion tends to stay in motion. But the in motion has another part. That object also wants to go in a straight line. If you think of a bowling ball rolling along, it would need another force to act upon it to make it change direction. We say that a moving object has momentum. Now, a top doesn't go in a straight line, it spins around, but it still has momentum. It's an object in motion, and even though it's spinning, it still does want to go in a straight line. It's just that that straight line is here. We call this angular momentum. To make a top move this way or that way would take an outside force, so it stays upright as long as it has enough momentum. But when it slows down, there's less momentum and it becomes harder to resist external forces, like gravity, which will eventually want to make it topple. Our top has a lot of mass, which means it'll have a lot of angular momentum when it gets spinning. It's just a matter of getting it spinning fast enough.
So should we spin it?
Yeah, let's spin it. Let's see if we can get it to work. Hey, okay.
Spin, spin, spin.
Oh, we're gonna let go. In 3.
Wait. I can't go.
1.
Wait.
Okay.
Okay. Not fast enough.
We need something to help us get it spinning faster. Maybe a rope?
A rope, yeah.
Wrap a rope
That
around
was
it
my
like the-
idea too, a rope, because the small one uses a rope.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, I'll go grab a rope.
So, wrapping the rope up.
I'll let you wrap the rope
Okay.
up. I'll get my holder back on top.
Spin it counterclockwise.
We attach the rope and wind it up.
You want to make it super clean. This is some of the best coiled rope I've ever seen. I'm gonna pull the rope. You're gonna hold on to it, but I can't pull really hard because you won't be able to hold it up. Because we don't have to pull hard. We just have to get it going fast.
Yes.
Silita keeps her hand on the block at the top, and I pull.
Ready?
Wait a minute. We'll get all the way. Oh. Whoa!
Spinning a lot better than I thought it would. It's still spinning, but it's wobbling.
Oh, careful.
Oh, there it goes.
It works, but just barely.
It might spin better, it might spin straighter.
Yeah.
If we had it spinning, something help us spin it faster.
Yes. Faster with more power.
With more power.
This episode is all about giving yourself super strength using mechanical advantage. Well, here's how you can use a rope to give yourself the strength of a superhero. Ha-ha! I am mechanical advantage using a rope man. To gain mechanical advantage using a rope, you need 3 things. First thing, a rope. I mean, obviously, that's a given, right? You know you need a rope. Okay, good. Then you need something to pull and something that will not move. What you do is you tie your rope to the thing that you want to pull. Then you tie the other end of the rope, you guessed it, to the thing that won't move. Now, you pull from the middle like this. And it's very easy to pull the weight. Why? Because of mechanical advantage. You're using a small amount of force over a longer distance. But what if the weight is heavier? Then you lengthen the rope. Now we pull from the middle and it's easier. Why? Yes, mechanical advantage. A small amount of force over an even longer distance makes it easier to pull the weight. Let's max it out. Mechanical advantage using a rope man, away! High above the city, mechanical advantage using a rope man surveys the town looking for someone in trouble. There's someone.
Oh, my minivan broke down and only 10 feet from my parking spot. If only there was someone who could help me.
I'll help you.
Mechanical advantage using a rope, man. I'm saved! Maybe you should try giving yourself some mechanical advantage using the rope. Mechanical advantage using the rope, man.
Yes. Well, I was coming to that. So I have this really long rope, and I tie one end to something that's not going to move, like a tree. Or a steel coil, if you happen to have one. And then I take the other end, and I run all the way back, and I attach this end to the van.
I call her Bessie.
Then I go to the middle of the rope, and I pull on it sideways like this, giving myself a huge amount of mechanical advantage.
Oh, it's working! It's working!
Pulling, pulling.
Mechanical advantage using a rope, man! You're doing it!
Ha-ha!
Well, gee willikers, you did it, mechanical advantage using a rope, man. You pulled the whole van.
And that's how you can use a rope to give yourself super strength. I am Mechanical Advantage using a rope man.